Okay, let's dive right in. Breaking news, tsunami strikes Pacific. After massive 8.8 earthquake, this is a major event unfolding right now across the Pacific. Today we're going to unpack the latest facts, the official data, really try to understand what's happening.
Yeah, and what's striking immediately is the global coordination. Emergency responses kicked in very fast. It really shows the scale we're dealing with.
Absolutely. So let's get the core details out. We're talking an 8.8 magnitude earthquake. It hit at 10:37 a.m. local time off Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula.
Hmm.
And the depth seems really key here, just 19 kilometers below the ocean floor.
Exactly. That's incredibly shallow. And, context here is important. This is actually the strongest earthquake the planet's seen since 2011. Being so shallow and right there on the Ring of Fire, that very active seismic zone, well, it meant the energy transfer to the water was extremely efficient. Think of it like disturbing the surface directly. It generated these powerful tsunami waves almost instantly, spreading out from Russia's Far East.
And the response, the warnings, they came fast. Russia, Japan, Alaska, Hawaii, even the U.S. West Coast, widespread tsunami warnings and evacuation orders.
Right. The numbers are pretty staggering. In Japan, for example, authorities urged over 1.9 million people, mostly in Hokkaido and other coastal areas, to get to higher ground. And here in the U.S., advisories stretched from Alaska right down to California, Hawaii. They ordered immediate coastal evacuations. It's a huge logistical effort.
Yeah, moving that many people safely so quickly. Now, we're starting to get some early reports on the impact, hearing about waves up to 5 meters, that's about 16 feet, hitting parts of Kamchatka in Russia. Reports of some ports inundated, infrastructure damage.
hmm And in Japan, the largest waves they've measured so far are around 1.3 meters. But crucially, they're warning that bigger waves could still be on the way. For Hawaii, initial waves were between 1 and 1.2 meters on Oahu's north shore. Thankfully, no major damage reported yet, but they did suspend flights as a precaution. We are seeing, the expected interruptions to coastal infrastructure, some power supply issues in various spots. That's pretty typical right after something like this.
And the emergency protocols we saw inactivate. Search and rescue teams mobilizing in Russia, Japanese cities prepping, shelters opening in Hawaii, even saw the U.S. Coast Guard ordering boats out of harbors. And some brief mobile network outages in Russia's Far East, too, which must complicate things.
Definitely. And the science confirms what we'd expect. The USGS, Japan's meteorological agency, they're clear. This was intense movement right at the Pacific Plate's subduction zone. That's where one plate dives under another, building up immense pressure. There was also a significant aftershock, a 6.9 magnitude one. That's a big quake in its own right. So scientists are stressing, the possibility of more waves, more aftershocks. Caution is still very much needed. On a positive note, Japanese officials confirmed nuclear plants are secure, and so far, thankfully, no reports of casualties.
Okay, so this is clearly still developing. What's the key takeaway for listeners right now? If you are in an affected region, the advice is clear. Stay away from beaches, ports, low-lying areas. Follow those evacuation orders. Keep tuned to official emergency channels and wait for that all-clear signal before returning.
Absolutely. And stick to verified sources. For U.S. updates, tsunami.gov is the place to go. NHK is reliable for Japan. And always check your local state emergency management agency sites. Good information and acting fast are always the best defense in these situations.
Right. The world's definitely watching as these communities face this challenge and start to recover. Safety has to be the #1 priority. Want the news decoded, not dramatized? Subscribe to Brief Minutes. Hit the bell so you never miss the minutes that matter.